Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Morrowind. Let's not waste any time and just jump right into this guy's quest. He gave us another rank in the Imperial Cult, so that's great. Now you can see here that at this point we're kind of bottlenecked. We have to get more, well, we obviously need more quests, but we also need more personal improvement for our attributes and skills. So this is the highest rank we can currently attain, this rank down here, Acolyte. Now, in order to get to Adept, we need one skill at 40 and two skills at 12. Right now, our Speechcraft skill is only at 35, so I can't get that yet. But which means that I'm kind of at a crossroads. I could either stop doing the quests and go to another faction and get quests where I'll actually advance in the faction, or I can continue doing this faction's quests, and I will hope that Speechcraft goes up. I'm gonna do that because I want to have most of these quests done, just because. And this guy's quests all really heavily involve Speechcraft, so it'll definitely get up to 40 by the time I'm finished with his quest. And once I do that, that's probably as high as I'll get. And then I might not do Kay's quest right away, and I definitely won't do the Oracle's quest. So that's where we're at. Let's talk to this guy and get our next quest. Okay, at this point he wants 5 units of Corkbulb for cure common disease and restore health potions. He's saying that the best place to look for Corkbulbs is Scadian Isles and Arvel Manor in particular. So Arvel Manor is a place where he kind of suggests you to get Corkbulb, but you can get it anywhere. It's relatively easy to get, and I actually have enough because I have been gathering it as time has gone on, so it's really pretty simple to do. I'm going to show you where this plantation is, but I do recommend, like, on the earlier missions to have tried to gather Corkbulb as you went on, just so that you'll have it and you won't actually have to even go anywhere. So let's move over to where the this plantation is, and I'll show you where that is, but I'm going to meet you at the boat at Vivek. So I'll see you then. Okay, we're back, and we just took a boat to Vivek, really close by. It cost 7 gold. So now we're gonna continue on to the plantation, and you'll remember we've taken this path before, and in fact it will go right past the Grow Bagrat plantation that we went to gather Willow Anther. So, you know, it's pretty easy to get there. Not real, again, like as I've said 100 times, you know, these quests are pretty simple, and it's actually possible if you know, like, exactly what quests, like what he's going to be asking for in advance. So, like, if you've been watching these videos, you'll know, like, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is just gather the ingredients beforehand, just kind of as you play. And you won't have to even leave, like, that room. You could just finish all this guy's quest immediately. One thing I did forget to mention is that he gave us a belt here, the Stendarn belt, which fortifies a lot of our skills. So, you know, I'm not going to use it right now, but it's good to remember. It's actually one of the better items, like, that you can get from these early quests, so that's really useful in certain situations. So now what we need to do, and he mentioned this in the quest, he gave us actually a spell. The spell is a Swift Swim spell, which I don't really care much about. Swimmer's Blessing, it's not really much of a spell, but it's a free spell, so I don't complain. I always, like, I made it a point to get water walking, and this is the reason. Water walking is really useful. Basically, it turns you into Jesus, and you just walk across water, and you don't have to worry about anything that's in the water. And a lot of the times, as I said, I think a while ago, there's usually sometimes pretty decent reasons to go into the water. Like, you see, like, these are like oysters, and they might have some pearls which are worth like maybe 100 gold or so. But you know, I don't really care that much at the moment. I'm more just interested in finishing these quests. And usually when you go into the water, you end up having to fight lots of like slaughter fish, like stupid fish that'll attack you a lot. They're not that difficult, but it's frustrating to fight in the water, so I don't really like to do it. Okay, so here is a plantation. This is the biggest plantation in the game. It's called Dren Plantation. Dren Plantation is a very important area in the main quest and some faction quests. But for right now, we're just passing through, and we're gonna try to find this Arvel plantation. It's significantly smaller, and you won't really have to worry that much about it. So, you know, as you can see, there's all kinds of stuff growing around here. I mean, if you just were to walk around here and pick all this stuff, like maybe before, like just kind of just while exploring or something, you'd have plenty of really everything you need for this guy's missions. I mean, not quite, but more or less, like all of the gathering things that you'd want. So, yeah, it's really not. I do recommend trying to, you know, paying attention to what he needs here and just following this video. I mean, pretty simple stuff. So here we are at this guy's plantation, the Arvel plantation. You know, he's got a lot of slaves. These are their huts. Slave master's shack. You know, it's kind of classic stuff, really. It's pretty impressive that they put this kind of stuff in this game. And all the slaves, basically, generally, they're always Argonians or Khajiit here. And the reason is because the Dark Elves just hate those guys. I don't really understand why those guys, but whatever. Anyway, you know, so anytime you see an Argonian or a Khajiit on a plantation, you'll see these slave bracers. That always denotes the slavery, and you know, you've seen me slave some slaves before, but anyway. So here's Corkbulb. Again, I already had enough Corkbulb from just walking around and getting it on the last couple missions. It grows on the side of the road a lot of the time. You saw me picking it earlier, so I don't really need it, but this is where you go to get it. There should be plenty of plants, and if not, again, easy to find. So I'm gonna go back to the quest giver, and I'll see you there. Okay, we're back at the Imperial Cult shrine. Now we're gonna just go ahead and turn on the quest.
What is it?
Okay, so we got a potion of cure common disease, a standard restore health potion, and our journal's been updated. Pretty weak reward, really.
You seem like very good.
Now he wants 5 units of rat meat. He says the best place to hunt rats is the underworks of any of Vivek's cantons. Enter the underworks through trapdoors in the canal works, enter through the exterior outflow drains underwater. Okay. Sometimes bad things and bad people hide in the underworks, so don't go poking at anything you can't handle. Essentially, this area is like, each canton has a sewer, and the sewers are like mini dungeons. They're kind of frustrating to run around, but they always have a lot of rats. It's definitely the most consistent place in the game to find rats. So it's a great suggestion, and it's definitely what I would recommend doing. You'll naturally fight a lot of rats early in the game, and you'll get a lot of rat meat, but you'll probably quickly not get not pick it up, because it tends to weigh a decent amount and it sells for very little. So it's not really actually that valuable to pick up and sell. So if you don't have this quest or are not aware of it, you're likely not going to have the rat meat that you need. So going into the sewers here is a very good idea.
How can I help you?
Not only that,
You want something, friend?
but this is one of the only quests that puts you in relatively close proximity to the Morag
Go
Tong
ahead.
guild headquarters. And so I'm not only going to get rat meat during this quest, but I'm going to join the Morag Tong because it just happens to be fairly convenient, and I can show you where it is. As I mentioned in an earlier video, the Morag Tong is the most difficult, excuse me, I went the wrong way here. The most difficult faction in the game to join, because you can only join with one person, and that person is extremely well hidden. You know, there's Morag Tong guild halls all around the world, but the guild master for the Morag Tong is not in plain sight. He's one of the most tricky people to find in the game, especially if you don't know where he is. So, you know, surprise, surprise, he's in the Vivek Underworks. Or actually he's not, but he's close to the Vivek Underworks. So I'm going to be going specifically to that area to both fight rats and get the rat meat I need, and to join the Morag Tong. So that's what we'll be doing for the rest of this video. Now, I'm going to show you exactly where it is, and the reason I'm actually walking to Vivek rather than taking the boat is because it's actually closer to the arena canton, and lucky me, here's a rat on the way to Vivek. You can find rats randomly throughout the world. I have a high chance of finding rats because my level is 2, which is what they're leveled to. As you go up in level, you're going to find fewer and fewer rats because they will be replaced by more powerful enemies, but you'll still find them. So eventually you'll find enough rat meat just walking around. It could take a while, but and not all rats drop meat, like you just saw. So that can be a pain, and I definitely recommend going to the Vivek Underworks for this mission. So here we are in Vivek. We're on the Hlalu Canton. This is not the canton we want. So we could either walk to the correct canton, or we can just take this gondola. I'm gonna just go ahead and take this gondola because it doesn't cost anything. And there's also a good idea for me to a good chance for me to work on my speechcraft.
What is this?
So I'll be right back after I finish bribing this guy, and I will show you which canton to go to. Okay, we're back. I bribed that guy up to 100, and we want to go to the arena canton. Okay, now we're at the arena canton, and now that we're in the arena canton, we want to enter the main area of it. So we need to go up here to the Wasteworks level. And as I mentioned before, each area has a Wasteworks level. There's also a plaza, and there's an Underworks level, and between the Underworks level and the Wasteworks is the Canal Works. So that's where we're gonna go now. And the only areas that are really dangerous in Vivek are the Underworks, like right here. They don't have ordinators, and sometimes you can find pretty crazy things. So I recommend being, prepared for really anything. Where am I going?
Keep moving.
Anyway, so you can get to the Underworks through the Canal Works on any area. I think I went to the wrong place. Must have gone to the wrong Canal Works. Sometimes the Canal Works is in two parts. So yeah, I think I went to the wrong one. It's sort of confusing getting around here, but anyway. Yeah, I think this is the right one. Yeah. So here's the Underworks, and sometimes the Canal Works itself has shops. This area has a storage area, which is where we want to go. And there are always rats in the storage area, naturally. So, see where we can. So there's a locked door there. Here's a bedroll here. We can sleep here without ramifications. So notice there's some strangely locked doors here. It's a storage area. Why would they be locked? So with traps you use a probe, and this depends on your security skill. There's really nothing you can do other than to try to just disarm traps. Now as far as opening doors go, that's why you get these scrolls of Unduzi's unhinging, or you have the Unduzi open door spell. So we're going to use one of those on this door here. It looks like there's a rat or something in the way of it, so it won't open. So here we go, fighting this rat. We killed it, got some rat meat, which is what we need, and we can get into this arena hidden area if we use another one of these door spells. So now we're in. What could be inside? And we have found the Morag Tong headquarters. So, you know, now we're in the Morag Tong headquarters. And our current goal is to find the guild master of the Morag Tong. And he's in here somewhere. And once we find him, we will be allowed in. And we can begin doing Morag Tong missions. Now, I'm not going to start doing this for a while, but I wanted to show you this because it's really awesome.
Beyond measure.
I think it's really cool that they made a guild so difficult to join. And he basically says, "Funky student, you have found me. If you wish, you may request to join the Morag Tong." So let's do it. It's been watching you, and we are pleased. One of your exceptional talent cannot go unmastered. Join us. And I always ask what they stand for. Executes writs. Perform special duties as the ruling houses direct. Guild members never harm or steal from any brother or sister, regardless of rank. Never betray our secrets or our identities. If you break any of these rules, you must immediately seek with the master to regain your good standing. It's pretty simple. Or you may be targeted for execution. Not complicated. Now we are a probationary. So we actually gained a quest here. He wants to give this is sort of like our initiation. He gave us a writ for this guy, Feruren Oren. He's in the Elven Nations Corner Club in Hualu Plaza. Don't worry too much about it. We're technically part of the guild now. So, you know, that's basically what it's all about. So in order to actually join the Morag Tong and get writs and stuff like that, you have to find that guy. He's easy to find once you get into the... he's not easy to find at all, what am I saying? But, you know, now that you know where he is, he's easy to find. He's behind two pretty serious locked doors.
Is there something you need?
One that's trapped, and it's in an area that you really have no reason to go to except like insert like this brings you in sort of close proximity to it, but there's one other quest that like brings you right here. Anyway, so now we're gonna actually continue into the underworks, which will have way more rats, as you'd expect. As a general rule, if I see people in the underworks, I avoid them. Because, especially early on, because they can sometimes mess you up. And the underworks are always confusing, just like any good sewer in video games. So, just kind of be aware of that. They can be very difficult to get around. Easy to get lost. So we're rat hunting it here. Not having much luck, it would appear. Which is really too bad. This is the most annoying mission of this quest giver. Obviously, you know, if I'm having trouble finding these rats, not much I can do really. And the rats kind of just will spawn randomly in this area, and the map of the actual area is no help because, and if you fall in, you will be attacked by these stupid fish. And it's frustrating to fight underwater because you always have to worry about your breath. It's easy to get attacked by many fish. So, yeah, this is why I don't like going in the water in this game. It's not particularly dangerous. There are some stronger enemies than these, but they're just, you know, it's just annoying, really. And I find that the benefits are not worth the irritation usually. And sometimes it can be hard to get out of the water, like right now. Real fun. But hey. And the slaughterfish drop scales, which are worth like 2 gold. They're just worthless. So you have to, in the sewers, you have to look for these little like platforms in order to get out of the water. I don't really know where any of those are here. So this could be annoying. annoying to the point where I'm actually thinking I'm just going to swim out of the sewers entirely and go to a different sewer. So yeah, I might as well show you this while we're here. You can exit the sewers. Well, actually I'm wrong. Jeez. You can enter the sewers via the outdoors. You can go, you know, to outside the canton and be in the water. And there's little grates where water is coming out. You can enter the sewers from there, the underworks. I don't, you know, whatever floats your boat. It's just another way into the sewers as far as I'm concerned. But, yeah. What the heck is the way out of this place? I think this is actually exactly what I was talking about. This is the way out. Maybe not. Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about. So, yeah. Where the heck was this? Okay, well, I'm going to be back. I don't want to waste your time with me swimming around in the water, so I'll be back once I find some rats or anything more interesting. Okay, we got out of the water. There's a little ramp here next to this bridge. So we're just going to continue our hunt for the rats. Looks like the arena had little in the way of rats here, so we're going to go to a different canton. And I'm going to just meet you at another canton. I'll probably go to like the Hlalu canton or something. It doesn't really matter, as I mentioned. Actually, well, let's check here.
Do you want something?
So this is a dreamer. These guys are part of the main story. They're like heralds or something for the main villain. If you talk to this guy enough, he'll attack you. So I'm just not going to talk to him. It's pretty simple, not complicated. I have very little interest in fighting him. I'm not really even sure why he's here. Well, I might as well show you what he says. Do you want something? So he's saying, yeah, we have you in a discerning eye. And he just says crazy stuff. My starkest madness seeming in his divinest sense. Come, grasp the chain. What are you talking about, dude? And his disposition is pretty low, so, you know, it's just not worth talking to. So anyway, just wanted to show you that, and now I'm gonna see you later. Okay, we're back, and I just went across a bridge to the St. Olm's Canton, so we're gonna poke around in here for a while. And this is just like a house. But we need to go to the wasteworks. And then once we go to the wasteworks, we just go into the canal works and into the sewers. As you can tell, Vivek is huge. Obnoxiously so. And a lot of times, like, doing what I'm doing can be really dangerous. Like, you'll find crazy stuff in these areas. Sometimes like dangerous people or dangerous enemies. Okay, so I'm under attack by this rat. Which is okay, but I keep getting unlucky and not finding anything from these rats. So, I don't know what to tell you. I'm having bad luck. Hopefully you won't have such bad luck when you're hunting rats. Like a man, I mean. All real men hunt rats. In the sewers of Vivek. I mean, this water is, I should mention, super clean for sewers. Like, it looks nice. So here's another rat. So we got a little bit more rat meat. We need 5 pieces for this guy. So that's a lot. Oh, so, but we need to continue. Okay, so looks like there's a person over there. So we don't want to go that way. Whenever you see people in the sewers, you know they're bad news. I don't know what that guy is doing there, but I don't want to find out. It's probable that he's stronger than us, so let's not worry about him. We're only level 2. We're still doing these baby-ass quests. Don't worry about him. So, let's go to a different canton. Or we can go into the storage area. Usually a good rat or two in the storage areas. So, we got him. So, that was 2 more pieces of rat meat. We need 1 more. That was very, very worth doing.
I'm listening.
Let's check this area. Okay, there's a person there, but who doesn't seem to be hostile. Kadir Rainier. Okay, remember this woman here. She will be important later, but for now, nothing we're worried about. But for later, she will be important. And there was a rat that I killed. Just in case, I'm going to save here. I like to save anytime I think I might be in danger. So, I remember that there's a guy there who may be dangerous, so I don't want to mess with them. Get out our sword, and I like to check to see if I'm able to rest, because that usually says, so here's an enemy nearby, which means that there's either a rat or something worse. So it's a rat. Alright, we're done with the rat meat, and I recommend just getting the hell out of here. I'm gonna use the Scroll of Divine Intervention, and I'll meet you back at the Imperial Shrine. It might be 2 seconds, it might be a little longer.
Greetings.
Okay, so in Vivek, warping takes us immediately to the Imperial Chapels. Like I said, super useful.
Won me over.
So, now, let's finish up this quest.
Well, hello there. A pleasure to meet you.
Yep, we just got out of the sewers. I'm sure we smell great.
Greetings to you.
We've
A
turned
pleasure
in
to
this
meet
thing. Here are a couple books you might find useful. Now, this is really good. He gave us 2 more books, and each of those will give us skill points. So that's really recommended. And so I expect, get those skill points when you can. So that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. We have 1 more quest from this guy, and then we're going to begin this guy's quest, which I actually like a lot more.
A pleasure to meet
So, yeah, I hope you'll join me next time for Let's Play Morrowind. Have a great day.